DeMar Derozan, I was just talking to my dad. My dad called me between the game and coming to talk to y'all. My dad, who should be watching live, shout out to Pops. Thank you for everything. But DeMar Derozan does it again. Like the way that this game was going, the fact that the Bulls even was able to get the lead down to that low, they took over the lead with a couple of seconds left. Kuzma with the three. DeMar Derozan coming in and doing that in this game is just crazy. And my dad was pointing it out when I was talking to him before I came on live. Has there ever been a time where it's been on back-to-back nights, it came down to the same player making a buzzer beater three in back-to-back games? Has that ever happened? Somebody corrected in the chat if it's ever happened. This is crazy. This is what this Bulls season and this team is. As bad as they played, like, let's make it clear, they did not play this good of a game. Now, a lot of players did come on in the second half. The fact that it took DeRozan, Kobe, Vooch, and Levine all having over 20 points in this game. Again, I think if you take everybody else who scored tonight, it's less than 20 points. So Kobe White was the lowest scorer out of those four that I mentioned with 20 points. Everybody else combined on this team, other than those four, didn't even match up to what Kobe was able to score. Kobe White too. Let's keep acknowledging, right? And I want to keep doing this. Kobe White's defense absolutely saved the Bulls in some of these possessions. Absolutely. Like, we need to start acknowledging the fact that Kobe White is dangerous, right? And yes, it needs to be sustained, but at this point now, we've seen 5 games in a row of positive Kobe White, right? Positive Kobe White. The only time that he hasn't been solid throughout the full game was that game against Atlanta where he got cooked in the first half by Trae Young, but he came on big time in the second half, and it's like that clicked for him. And Kobe White has been on since then. But let's also acknowledge DeMar DeRozan, of course. Let's acknowledge the amazing first half Zach LaVine had. The Vooch with a great second half as well. It really took those 4 players having the game that they did to keep us in this game. Yes, Derrick Jones Jr. came on eventually late to score 9 points in this game. 4 points from Dosunmu, who was in foul trouble almost the whole second half, and then Troy Brown Jr. with 2 points. Other than that, it was all Vooch, all Levine, all Kobe White, and all DeMar DeRozan down the stretch, and they turned up. Keep in mind, we're missing Alex Caruso. We're missing Lonzo Ball. Missing Tony Bradley for whatever that's worth. We miss Cook in this game. Jordan Bell surprisingly didn't play at all. What this team is doing is crazy. Yes, and Daniel Gafford, the Wizards killed us by scoring down low. We just could not do nothing with scoring down low. If we would have lost this game, it would have been because of that. But the Bulls came on, man, in a way that's just amazing, man. It's amazing to see. It is amazing to see this team play and respond this way. And this is what it takes. This is what it means to be a fan of the Chicago Bulls. You love seeing things like this. Yes, this game was frustrating. This game was disappointing in many ways. But man, the resiliency of this team, the heart of this team, I don't even know what to say about it anymore, man. I don't know what to say about it anymore. The heart that this team constantly plays with is just, it's next level. It is absolutely next level the way that this team plays. And the heart that they play with, man, it's batshit ass crazy, to be fucking honest with you, bro. It is literally crazy the way that this team comes together and figures out a way to win games. And this is what we weren't seeing from the team before. This is what we weren't seeing from the team early in the season in many ways. Yes, they came out, they played a pretty solid third quarter, right? Did we win the third quarter here? No, we still lost about 1 point. But overall, the Bulls played a really, really tough game down the stretch, and don't forget, the Bulls were down by double digits with like 4 minutes left, and we're able to come back and win this game by 2 points. Man, it's a great time to be a Chicago Bulls fan, man. It's a great time to be a Chicago Bulls fan. Yeah. This is just, if you guys can't tell, I'm honestly in awe right now. I'm honestly in awe right now of this team in a positive way. And this game was frustrating as hell. The Bulls need to get this shit together. Luckily, they only have 3 games next week with a big gap. They play, when do we play? Do we play Monday? And then we don't play again until Friday. And then we play Saturday, I think, or Sunday or something like that. So we have more stretches, more times to rest. We know that we're getting our coach back. We're getting Lonzo back. Hopefully Caruso's back as well. We'll see what's going on with Tyler Cook. We're getting those players back. But the fact that 7 in a row, the Bulls are 24-10, firmly now the number one team in the East. Whew. This just feels good, man. This just, I don't even know what to say. This just feels good, man. This is just, woo. It's a good time to be a Chicago Bulls fan, man. And thankfully for not being a bandwagon fan. This is my team. This is my life. Wow. Just wow. All right, let's go to your guys' comments, man. I'm trying to get over just the all that I'm in right now, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen this before as far as back-to-back game with buzzer beaters and DeMar doing his thing. But like I said, let's acknowledge Kobe White. Let's acknowledge Zach LaVine's amazing first half. As good as Zach LaVine was in the first half, Vooch was that in the second half in many ways. Yeah, but let's go ahead and go to the comments, man. Ross, let's go, bro. Let's go, man. Jawan, yep, absolutely. D Nolan, run that live, fam. Absolutely, man. DeMar, listen, at this point, it's before, and I think sometimes we forget it's not just about how you play. It's about how you win too, right? It's about having these moments, these types of stories. Like I said last night, DeMar's absolutely going to be a starter in the All-Star game because of these two buzzer beaters. But now, as much as we've been talking, like I can't wait to see MVP tracking after this week, right? I can't wait to see this. Fire, absolutely. Juwan, yep, absolutely. Back to back, baby. Key Isaac Epps. Hey, your prediction's looking very good, my brother. Your prediction is looking very good, my brother. He did it again. I just had a feeling he was going to hit it. What a way to start off the year. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't have faith. Like, I just didn't. I think because of the way that the game was going overall, and it's like every time we needed a big bucket, we almost didn't get it, right? Or we gave up times where it looked like we were marching back. But, hey, I'm glad to be wrong about this one. Bulls, absolutely. Ross, man, what the fuck? Now, you just watched history in the making. That's what you did. Demar Derozan wanting to come to Chicago, right? Yes, he talked about, initially wanting to go home in LA and everything, but choosing the Chicago Bulls, regardless if it was for Zach, if it was for Lonzo, whatever it was, him coming here, man. I said it before. I had a video about it before, I think, or maybe I posted in his community tab. This may be the best offseason in Chicago Bulls history as far as free agent signings. I know people go to the Dennis Rodman trade or whatever, but as far as just free agent signings, this is hands down the best free agency in Chicago Bulls history, especially when you look at the way everything's coming together. I can't believe we won that game, bro. I did not think it was going to happen. Kobe played amazing. Let's give Kobe some love as well. DeMar for 3. Bro, this is unbelievable. Absolutely, Ricky Fontaine is fucking crazy. That's a bad man, brother. Bad man. Dear no longer king of the fourth. I now declare him the God of the fourth. Yes, the God of the fourth. Debo just made history. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Wow, the king of the fourth does it again, man. I don't know how we won through tough grit and determination, and this is what is going to make us dangerous out in the playoffs. This is the thing. Like, yes, we're a better team than the Washington Wizards. At full strength, should we have been given this much to the Washington Wizards? No. But the fact that we did, the game went the way that it went, and we were able to pull it out, and DeMar hitting that shot is amazing. DeMar, the MVP, absolutely. First time in history, it must be. Hey, it must be. Shout out to my dad for giving me the scoop on that one. Let's hope Lonzo posts another IG story. I think DeMar knew it was what time it was. Yeah, I think he knew this time for sure. The MVP for sure. DeMar is cold. Ace Bell, he's a cold motherfucker. That's for sure. Only was able to see the very end tonight, but wow, remember when DeMar was the worst offseason signing? Hey, the end is all you needed to see. Brother, let me tell you, like, Kobe had some great defensive moments as well. There was some Zach had a great stretch of scoring in the first quarter as well, but really, you saw what the fuck you needed to see. You saw the most important part. Kobe spirit came in tomorrow. Listen here, man. Love it. DeMar, absolutely. Let's go to Clayton in here. Chicago, well, good win, Chicago. Absolutely. MC season in the building, bro. I swear this man is king of the fourth. Absolutely. Wow, DeMar frontrunner MVP. He very well may be now. Digital Quee, C-Red, absolutely unbelievable. Like, listen, you guys, listen, my neighbors again. I don't know if you guys can hear it a little bit. My voice is a little raspy because once again, back-to-back nights, I screamed to the top of my lungs when that shot went in. Like, to the top of my lungs. And I was drinking tea for the start of the game because I'm like, back-to-back live streams. Let me go ahead and rest up my voice. But yeah, man, Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. Bill and Kuzma won't be doing that when Zoe and Caruso come back. Hey, I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. They did what they needed to do. First of all, the fact that let's acknowledge this. And I know I don't talk a lot about other teams in the stream, right? We're a Chicago Bulls channel, but the fact that Kuzma is now blossoming out of LA, right? We've seen the same thing that happened to Lonzo and stuff like that. Listen, I guarantee you right now, the Lakers wish that they had Kuzma for sure. Now, he's not been playing like this all season. I want to acknowledge that, but he's still taking some leaps. Bro, if DeMar doesn't win MVP and it goes to the Queen, boy, listen, it can't go to a team like the Lakers are going to be a playing team, if even that. He legit started this year how he ended symmetry. It's like poetry. It rhymes for my Star Wars fans. If you guys get that reference, you guys are in deep in nerd culture, and I love you. D Nolan, we're gonna go to D Nolan here. Our Bulls need our guys back and some rest. Absolutely. Wait, let me go back here because I think I may have skipped. Oh no, I answered Juju's question. 5 games in 7 days, and the Bulls come out 5-0. Crazy, man. Crazy. Thank you for the super chat, Andrew. Thank you for that. Demar Derozan, 2022 MVP. Listen, double D MVP. Pause. No, that works. Double D MVP. That's what we're gonna say. That's the make that hashtag a thing. I hope we don't get blocked for that. 8 lives. My boy who called in today. I told y'all stop saying trade my dog Kobe. Listen, man. Listen, and this is the thing. Keep in mind, if Kobe is able to give this same defensive production, right? Let's just say we're going to get shooting from him. That's what even the people who had the most high expectations for Kobe knew we were going to get shooting. This improved defensive version of Kobe White, that coming off the bench, I'm telling y'all, that's not somebody you just trade away, man. I'm telling y'all, you need somebody like that in the championship run. Christopher Constance, Bull defensive tone setters are out there. That's why they struggle to win. It was more than just that. They were playing softly. It wasn't just about the defense. The defense absolutely played a part, but the Bulls were sloppy as shit on offense for a stretch there too. Let's just not all blame it on the defense. Their offense was struggling too there for a moment. This is what Kobe White is for. Lower injury times. He's out there giving us 20 to keep the games close. And let's go to Kobe White's efficiency here for a second. 7 for 14, 4 for 8 from 3. So straight 50% shooting for tonight. 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. No turnovers. That's the biggest thing in Kobe White's game. He's kept the turnovers very, very low, even in a game in which we had, and shout out to the Bulls too, we had 10 turnovers in the first half, only 5 turnovers in the second half. Now, the Wizards, on the other hand of that, they had 5 turnovers going into the half, and they had 11 in the game. So the Bulls got the turnovers under wraps some. It's still way too many, but Kobe White not turning the ball over with solid defense. Kobe White is starting to be a stat sheet stuffer and really, really doing some things. Kevin, we were getting torched in the paint. Absolutely, we were getting murdered in the paint. And like I said, if we would have lost that game, it would have been because of what happened in the paint. The Bulls were getting absolutely raped. I don't know if I can say that on the stream. I don't want YouTube to get me. They were getting murdered in the paint. I'm trying to make sure this channel don't get shut down. That's what I'm trying to make sure it happens. When I get excited, I know I don't curse a lot on my videos and everything. Bro, this team is relentless. Zach started it. DeMar finished it. And Kobe kept it going. And Vooch kept it going. Yes, Zach had a great first half. But in between that, right, Zach had a great first half, and he didn't have a great start to the second half. DeMar didn't have a great first half. He was pretty solid throughout the game. But Kobe was the most consistent again throughout the game. And Vooch came on big time for the second half for us as well. Let's acknowledge those guys as well. Resign Kobe. I'm not going to get into that here, Josh Simmons, because for tomorrow's video, I got a call about Kobe's contract and potential demands. So I'm going to go into that. But I will say this. I agree, and you'll get a more detailed answer on why I agree, that I really took some time to break it down. I have like a whole notebook over there I wrote some things down on, and we'll break that down in the video that releases tomorrow morning on why Kobe needs and will probably re-sign here, and why the Bulls, it's not going to be as hurtful as some people think. Man, it's great to have a community of Bulls fans like this. C-Red, listen, we're building this community. You guys are a part of it. You guys are as big a part of it as I am. And I say that. I know JDH was in there the other day telling me you mean if I'm sitting here in my underwear, I'm a big part of you. I don't take this for granted. this fact that we're building a community here, and to build a community, you have to have people. I could be sitting here talking to myself all day. If it wasn't for you guys sharing the word, helping the channel grow, you guys are as big a part of this as I am, period. That's just it. And that's what I mean every step of the way. They look tired. They still prevail. Hey, listen, 5 games in 7 days is, especially like 5 games in 7 days is something that would have happened in the early 2000s, right? In basketball, like once they started changing up the numbers of backs-to-backs that teams do, you don't really see a lot of 5 games in 7 day stretches. You just don't see that a lot in modern day NBA. But we got it. We got it. And unfortunately, it happened. The chat refreshed, so I'm missing a lot of comments. I don't know what to say. I guess you guys have so many comments that it finally caught up with me. Like, so I just lost like a good bunch of comments. So I'm sorry. Jarrell Lee, it is Haize. I'm thinking you're saying the first time that happened in history. Doesn't surprise me. Let me go. And I'm sorry, guys. We literally, BKR Sport, I got to go to this one. I think I just had a heart attack live on stream. Bro, first of all, let me say I joined your stream today because the commentary team was kind of so-so to me. So I actually turned the TV down, and I was listening to you for a minute while I was watching the game. So you were my commentary team. Dude, the Bulls need to hire you. Let me just say this. If you don't get a job being a live sports analyst, bro, somebody's dropping the ball, because you're great, bro. And I don't use that lightly. You are great, like literally. But yeah, I wasn't watching because I was so nervous. I wasn't watching. I have to go back and watch the replay of the stream. I think this is DeMar's year. Feels something different. Feels like the destiny's on our side. Hey man, it happens. It happens. King Austin, my brother. New year, same DeMar. Hey, he started how the last one ended, in a good way. Did God let Kobe jump into DeMar's body for this season? Wow. Hey, man. Hey, if you guys believe in reincarnation, there you go. You think DeMar went for a ride with Marty McFly and then went back in time to change our future fortunes? Hey, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. I told you we was going to win. The Wizards couldn't put them away. No, let's be clear. We won this game by the strength of Demar Derozan, because they did put us away. Let's make it clear. They ran a play, right? And it wasn't like this one of these lucky shots. That was a play ran specifically for Kuzma, and it was effective, and he hit the shot. So no, the Wizards did enough to put us away. DeMar and the Bulls were just better, man. Just better. 500 people on the live stream. This has to be the most that we've had in here at one time ever. Like I said, this thing is growing, man. This community is growing, and I thank you guys for it, because this is crazy. This is crazy. I'm kind of overwhelmed right now. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Kind of overwhelmed right now. I just lost my complete place, but it is what it is. I love you guys. I love this team. JJ Ortiz, we played so undersized today. We need to heal up. It's good that we don't have a long stretch before our next game. We play on Monday, but then between that, we don't have a game till Friday. So we actually get 4 days off, which I got some special content planned for you guys in that 4-day off stretch as well. Some guest appearances and things like that. But yeah, so we play Monday against Orlando, and then we don't play again until we play Washington on Friday. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. All right, let's go. What a way to start the year. Absolutely. Christopher, let's go. Listen, everybody had to be standing up on that last. I don't know how, if you stayed sitting down on the last 10 seconds of this game, I need your level of calmness. That's for sure. I need your level of calmness. Bro, you just saw history in the fucking making, bro. History in the making, man. MVP. Absolutely. Bulls announcers kept bringing up how the Wizards are the top clutch team, but this Bulls team gives 0 fucks. Listen, I mean, that says something. They are the top clutch team, and that's not a stat that I tracked. But the Bulls, keep in mind, when they showed that stat, the Bulls were 5th. So number 5 beat number 1 because we got DeMar Derozan, the MVP in this bitch. That's for sure. That's my dad, y'all. That's my dad. Quit the cursing. I'm sorry, Pops. He always gets on me about that. That's my dad, y'all, man. Papa Haize is in the building. Shout out, Dad. Thank you for watching. I think that's the first time my dad left a comment. I'll get it under control, Dad. I'm sorry. Kuzma, absolutely. Let's go ahead and catch up. Let's see what we got. All right. Tristan Smith, 2 games in a row, is only able to catch the end of the game because of family obligations. I'll sacrifice only watching the games at the end if it means this for Bulls Nation. Hey, I'm a very superstitious person. I don't know if you guys notice or not, but like usually on live streams, I have my hat on. Sometimes I don't because I like get hot. But my Bulls hat is on literally by the second half of every game. It's just a thing that I do. When it gets tight, I go get my hat. It's like a comfort thing for me. James Jameson, shit, I couldn't scream. My kids was in bed. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. All right, I gotta stop cursing. My dad's in the chat. JDH, we putting on notice Bulls, baby. Absolutely. CP, LOL, James, same, just held my fist in the air and whispered, yes. Hey, luckily I don't have my kids tonight, so they're with their mom. It would have been me and my son either way. My 8-year-old son is turning this season. He's turned into as big of a Bulls fan as me. Like I keep saying I'm going to record you guys' reaction, but I'll be so in the game to record his reactions. I've never seen an 8-year-old be as into basketball as he is. He literally, my son, like, he's a very fidgety person. He has like all these fidget spinners and poppets and everything. But when basketball is on, he's zeroed in a way I've never seen my son zeroed in before. So I'll have to record that for you guys and post it to the shorts for sure. We ain't losing the game. Oh man, I'm not even gonna read the rest of that one because we don't want that. We don't want to put that out there. Over 300, over 5, almost 600 in the chat now. That's crazy. Let's see what else we got. Let's go to Cap Lives, man. Cap, with Kuz, Lonzo, BI, M. Randall shining everywhere else, can we say the Lakers don't develop stars properly? That's all. KCP's doing pretty well as well. Like, yeah, the Lakers are just, they bet on a bunch of veteran minimum players and aging vets, except AD. And AD might as well be old because AD, if you sneeze hard enough on AD, he's going to fracture a bone. And it sucks to say that because he's from Chicago, but it is what it is. Do you think the Bulls have everything they need to go all the way and win? Listen, I think especially if Patrick Williams can come back before the playoffs, right, and gain some momentum, not necessarily start, but gain some momentum, I think the Bulls have everything they need. No other moves aside, I think the Bulls have what they need. Yes, they have some deficiencies. Every team has some deficiencies, but at this point, I'm willing to say that the Bulls are absolutely championship contenders. Again, not to say they should be favored to come out the East, but I think they have everything they need. We'll see definitely over the next 2 weeks because we play the Bucks in the next 2 weeks. We play the Nets again. Kyrie may be playing by then, so we really get to see how we measure up against those teams. Hopefully, they're in full health as well. But I'm willing to say that. I am willing to say that. Jack is the truth in the building. That's another Bull Central going live. This is getting confusing. Oh, really? The other Bull Central's going live? He doesn't usually do that. That's surprising. But I mean, I'm sure he's excited over the game just as much as we are. 623 in the chat. Bro, if the Bulls ain't got no respect after this, people need to open their eyes. I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree with you there, man. Absolutely agree. This team is going to give me an ulcer, bad D, but they came through. Listen, you're gonna have games, right? You're gonna have games like this, and the Bulls are gonna lose some games like this. It's an 82 game season. You don't win every game. The Bulls are gonna play games like this where they do lose. But the fact that they were able to pull it out, it says a lot about the makeup of the team for sure. Let's go Bulls. Absolutely, Jack, is truth. Absolutely. Yes, sir. No turnovers is most important. Absolutely. Kobe's skills got to get better too. Well, no, not for the role. Keep in mind, Kobe's not playing his actual role. A player coming off the bench, able to pass the way that he's improving in passing. Like, we have to see it sustain, yes. And the defense that he's playing is the perfect complement for a bench player. You're not looking at Kobe to be a starter for the long term. Kobe being a bench player and playing like this is the perfect player off the bench. Period. You can't say anything. Credible stat line quoted on Kobe, bro. Did not know that. This kid is getting better. Hey, man, listen. Kobe's making improvements. And it helps, too, that he's playing with better players. It helps with that. Kobe had to be our second best player last season in a lot of ways. Him playing, yes, he's playing point guard again, which is, we know is not his natural position, but playing with players that are just overall better and building that chemistry is going to help him. Benjamin, Bulls are one big away from for real championship. Hey, listen. That big, though, can be Patrick Williams. I honestly do think so. Chat refreshed on me again. Listen, we got so many on here that when the chat refreshes, I can't go back to old things, man. I can't. I'm sorry. The Bulls got forcibly effed in the paint. Yes, at all. No Vaseline at all. Super chat from Jack is truth. Notice Zach was the first to run to DeMar. But they won't say that. The ones that the grown men that love drama, they won't acknowledge that. Chicago loves giving their fans heart attacks. Hey, listen. I'll take it. If the Bulls win, I'll take it. If I die on a Bulls win, listen, if the Bulls ever win a championship on a play like this, I'm going to give somebody the password to Chicago Bulls Central just in case, because I'm going to be dead. I will die. I will be deceased. So, yeah. JDH, Demar is unreal. Bulls are rolling. Come Monday, sports media will barely mention it. Listen, they'll mention more about the fact that LeBron had 40-something points in a win. They won't talk about the Bulls. If DeMar keeps winning us games and we get the number 1 seed, I think he secures MVP. The redemption narrative will win the voters over. That is a great point. Redemption narrative definitely will do that. If the Bulls do get the number 1 seed, I agree with you. I will say that I agree with you. Listen, the chat is refreshing so fast. I'm gonna have to scroll down because I'm just losing messages. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. We are popping tonight. We are popping. Yeah, we passed 3,000 subscribers yesterday. We're already at almost 3,300. Like that's how in one day, in 24 hours. 24 hours. You guys realize Cheeks is from Chi-Town? Absolutely, Dad. Again, a comment from I just read the comment. I didn't know it was from my dad. But yeah, Mo Cheeks from Chicago. And yeah, there you go. It's nice to have some Chicago representation. We got Io, we got McKinney, who's also from Chicago. Am I missing anybody else? But yeah, Warlocker, I was hyperventilating. Listen here. If the Bulls would have lost this game, I would have had to take about 15 minutes before I started the stream. Just to kind of, because my emotions were high this whole game. So yeah. Coffee to the world, mindset brilliant. Happy New Year's, Bulls winning championship too. From your mouth to God's ears, my brother. From your mouth to God's ears. Devontae, I missed the game, saw it on Twitter. Hey, at least you saw it, right? At least you got to witness. To quote one of my favorite rappers. Let's see. This got to be the game Zach realized that he's Scottie Pippen. No, I wouldn't say that, but it's good to have 2 players that you can trust in the clutch. Vooch pissed me off tonight. Why is like this? Listen, that's just Vooch. But Vooch came. Let's acknowledge though, Vooch kept us in the game very much in the second half, and that this pick and pop that they do with DeMar's with the behind the back pass, they did that 3 times. I think Vooch hit the 3 twice out of the 3 times. That could be dangerous, right? Because defensive have to collapse when DeMar gets some penetration, and then because they have to collapse on DeMar, there is that second hesitation of oh shit, Vooch may get Vooch may get the 3. So absolutely. All right. Yo, is there a stat that tracks how many assists the player has on threes? DeMar drawing the double team with this. I was just kind of talking about that. I don't know. I would have to go to StatMuse and see if I can see something like that. Wow, DeMar is the king of the fourth. Absolutely. All right, let's try to catch up. Nets loss? Yes. Let's go. All right, let's see. 700 in the chat today. That's why I can't catch up. Let's see what we got. This team is great, but it's even better at crunch time. They will win the championship this year. From your mouth to God's ears. Listen. The more and more the Bulls play, the more and more that we see them pull out games that honestly they probably shouldn't have won. You start to believe that. Man, I died when Kuzma hit that 3-pointer, and then the God resurrected me. Man, when Kuzma hit that 3-pointer, I just said, you know what? The way that this game went, it kind of makes sense if it ends that way. I wasn't even necessarily mad. I was disappointed, but not necessarily mad. Second time, I remember seeing you, bro, both times. Tomorrow is the last second 3-pointer to win the game. Coincidence? Hey, man, hit subscribe. Click the bell notification. Get notified because we do these after game live streams all the time now. This is the best post game show. Dre Day, I appreciate you. At some point, people need to recognize. I'm just playing. It's great because of you guys, though, because this is why, like, a lot of people, I got an actual question on that is like, why do I do these live streams after the game? And then the next day I release a pre-recorded video and I also talk about the game, because this is more of a conversation with you guys. I really give you guys the stage on this one. And then when I release the video the next morning, that's really my time to kind of work through my thoughts. I've had some time to kind of break down some things, but this is just the hype train. That's what this is. I'm glad everybody's in here, man. The play before the last one, Zach should have passed to DeRozan the first time. Agreed. But Zach, yes, just flat out. Let me not try to rationalize it. Yes, you are correct. I yelled, oh, and ran around my house again. DeMar got me hyped 2 days in a row. So listen, I'm going to admit something to you guys. So when the Bulls scored to go up and before the Wizards took the ball, before that play where Kuzma hit the 3, I literally had to walk off. I got some water. I contemplated taking a shot at tequila. And then I literally walked back and I covered my eyes. And then I listened to listened to the commentary, and then I finally looked. And when Kuzma hit that three, man, it was over for me mentally. It was over for me. I was in a bad place mentally, but it is what it is. Chat refreshed on me again, so I lost a bunch of comments again. I'm sorry, y'all. But it is what it is. We popping tonight. The Bulls playing Fleming into a full-time gig at the end of the season. Well, we'll see. Let's keep in mind, I said this in my video today, Fleming is the only member of the coaching staff to stay here after he was a member of Borland's coaching staff. He was the only member that this front office kept. So I think that means that they trust him. Now, yes, a 5-game stretch, again, against depleted teams, I don't know if that gets him a head coaching job. We saw what coaches like Luke Walton and stuff did, and then they ended up not really doing anything. So I don't know if it probably does get him on some teams' radars, but I don't know if he leaves us because of that. I don't know. I'm not ready to say that. I'm not ready to say that. I could be wrong, but I'm not ready to say that. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, my brother, because I don't want to murder your name. This is the most resilient Bulls team I've ever seen, to be honest. That's a conversation to be had. That Tibbs team and the Derrick Rose, they were a resilient team. Keep in mind, like especially the Nate Robinson season when D Rose was still out, that was a resilient team that didn't have the amount of talent we have right now. But this team is definitely resilient as well. Definitely resilient. Skid mark of Buddha. He's a 6 and one of the most improved. You're talking about Kobe White? Absolutely. Absolutely. DeMar is the MVP. From your mouth to God's ears, man. Let's go back to Dead Pizza on this one. DeMar DeRozan is the first player in NBA history to get a game-winning buzzer beater in back-to-back days. My dad said it. Before I started this live, so there it goes. I'm glad that was true. My dad is always on top of it. Like I said, I got to get my pops on the show one day. Let's see what we got. Gafford looked incredible. Oh yeah, he's going to, especially on the boards, especially in the middle, and just the way that this team is constructed. But he came up with a lot of the 50-50 balls. Yeah, like Gafford has earned and is earning every bit of that contract that they signed him to. And hats off to him. I'm glad to see him for sure do that. DeMar is the MVP, best Chicago Bull since D Rose. Damn. Okay. All right. LeBron is going to try to get in this team so he can win it. Listen, we don't want Hairline James. You keep LeBron James over in Retirementville in LA. Is probably going on his knees, the weather and everything like that. He can't handle a Chicago winter. His body would fall apart. His fake hair wouldn't stay in. The plugs would like freeze up in his scalp. We don't want that. We don't want to see that. We don't want to see that on here. King James, great channel. Thank you, brother. I definitely appreciate that. Let's see. Let's move on. Listen, I'm so behind. Super chats. Dre Day, super chat. Thank you for your super chat. First of all, I do want to thank you for that, for seeing enough in the channel to give that. When Lonzo and Caruso get back, we'll be a well-oiled machine on defense. Listen, and yes, but it's not just them. Like, this team overall plays really good team defense and heads-up defense. Like, last couple of games aside, but they definitely help as well. That's for damn sure. Everyone in the chat, subscribe to this channel. The Bulls are number one in the East for sure. Julia, what's up? I'm glad you're here, Julia. I always love it when I see you. Put some respect on our name. Been rocking with the Bulls since the Chicago Stadium. Well, there you have it. Julia said it. Do it, people. Do it. Put some respect on the name, man. Let's see what else we got. All right, here we go. We're going to go to Angelo Williams. Do Billy D get Coach of the Year if we get the top seed? I think he has a chance to get it even if we don't have the top seed. That's the thing. The NBA needs to hold themselves accountable, right? The fact that the GMs voted us as having possibly the worst offseason and DeMar being the worst signing, the way that Billy Donovan has this team playing, right? He needs to be in the conversation for it either way, in my opinion. And either way, he needs to be in the conversation for it. That's my opinion. That's where I stand on it. All right, let's go. Sorry if I'm skipping you guys. It's because we have so many comments in the chat. It's refreshing on me quicker than I can get to it. Super chat. Thank you for the super chat 99 series. I appreciate that. My girl just became a Bulls fan from watching the last 2 games. She was a Laker fan. Zach almost cost the game. Must defer to DDR in the crunch period. Listen, at this point, yes. I mean, he's the king of the fourth for a reason. The fact he pulled it off, that's why faith is beautiful. Listen, faith is an amazing thing, isn't it? Faith is an amazing, amazing thing. Let's see what else we got here. Isaac, First time seeing you, brother. So thank you for joining us. Got a sub, man. You just earned a follower with that good energy. Stay blessed in 2020. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for being a part of this community, helping this channel grow, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. JT Max says, check your email, bro. I'll get it. The channel is going too fast right now, but I'll definitely get it after the stream. Best channel in YouTube by far. Thank you, bro. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Drug test this man. Who, me? Who, me? I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just excited. My team is doing good. My team is doing good. Joseph, TL Loden says, yo, come on, where's Joseph? There we go. The team didn't drop my jaw 2 days in a row. Listen, bro, they dropped my heart 2 days in a row. Dropped my entire heart, bro. Levine, I had to follow you too, humble, bro. Hey, man, I appreciate that, man. Like I said, this channel is really just about us, the community, the Bulls community. It's not about me. It's not about none of that. This is about us as Bulls fans, and that's what it's about, man. So that's why I say we do stuff. We do stuff. Hi, Bull Central. Vooch's block was a key play. Absolutely. Vooch always comes up big for us in different ways. Yo, I'm your new subscriber. Love your content. And me and you think the same way about everything for the last week. Hey, man, listen, we're going to disagree. I hope that even through when I'm not saying the things that you necessarily agree with, you still enjoy the content and everything. But thank you for joining us, man. Thank you for being a part of the movement here, man. Yeah. I've been hesitating to say this, right? So I wanted to set a new goal. I said that my goal at the beginning of the year was to get to 2,500 subscribers by the end of the year. We got there in 4 months. So I'm ready to set this, and I need you guys to hold me accountable. By the end of the playoffs, 6,000 subscribers. That's what I'm calling. We need to be at 6,000 subscribers. The boss says I need to be at 6,000 subscribers by then. Let's go back. DeMar Derozan is to Zach LaVine what Chris Paul was to Devin Booker last year. Do you agree? Yeah, I agree with that. Like, it takes a veteran presence, right? It's hard sometimes for young players. And even though what Zach went through in the summer and everything like that, sometimes you need somebody who's just been through the battles, right? Even though people like to throw the whole critique of DeMar that he couldn't get past LeBron and everything, but he's been on long playoff stretches. He's been to Eastern Conference Finals and things like that. Sometimes you just need that veteran presence. Then when you add in what DeMar added to his game in San Antonio and that common presence he brings, you needed that. And Zach is absolutely learning from that. All right, Banana Broke Crew, I've seen you leave this comment a couple of times, so I'm going to go ahead and answer it. How do you feel about making a trade? No, I've talked about this heavily. Miles Turner is a terrible passer, and all that freedom of ball movement that we want this team to go to, all that goes away. Damn, I knew that game wasn't over with 3.3 left. Hey, at this point now, we're seeing that that DeMar, you just give DeMar a couple of seconds and he's gonna do what needs to be done. Just saying, you killing in live viewers. He only got about 350. Listen, it's not a competition. Windy City Breeze is one of my biggest motivations for doing this. Absolutely. I love what they do. One of the reasons I didn't do live shows for a while is because I know that that's their thing and they do it amazingly. Pat the designer is somebody who I've now talked to. Eventually he'll be here on this channel. It's not a competition. It's just good that now Bulls fans have multiple channels that they can go to for great content and live during the game, because he does stuff during the game that I will never do because I suck at play-by-play, and then after as well. But yeah, it's great. They're building a great thing in what they've done in a year. I didn't realize that they've only been around for like 14, 15 months. So half of those fans in the arena were for Chicago. Got to respect DC for recognizing greatness. This is what I'm hoping when we could play the Bucks in Milwaukee. I'm really hoping that it goes back to what it was like during the Rose era when we used to go to Milwaukee and it was basically a home game for us because we had so many fans there. That is really going to turn things in our favor, right? Especially if it happens in the playoff as well. If you're a Bulls fan and you can get to Milwaukee, if we get to the point of playing Milwaukee in the playoffs, you got to go to those games because that can really change the tide. And we see what happens here. Let's see what else we got. Oh, I didn't know this. We're going to go to this. Green may be out for a few games. Abductor injuries can be tricky. Do we play small and keep Kobe in the starting lineup or play DeRozan at the 4? Neither. They started Derrick Jones Jr. today. I think he's going to be the starter at the 4 while Javonte Green's out. Even when Lonzo and Caruso comes back, I think you keep DeMar DeRozan in that starting lineup so that you can bring Caruso off the bench, but they may start Caruso only because now with the improvement of Kobe, Io, and Derrick Jones Jr., you have a pretty solid bench rotation there. So we'll see. We'll see. Sebastian says the Warriors and the Bulls in the NBA Finals. Listen, I'm not going to lie. Warriors absolutely scare the holy crap out of me. But, hey, you got to beat the best to be the best. So it is what it is. I'm going to tell my future kids that DeMar was resurrection of MJ. Hey, man, there you go, man. There you go. Let's go to Melvin Scott. Melvin Smith. DeMar DeCloser is the name. We have to stop kidding ourselves. The Bulls are title contenders. We have to find one more piece. I don't know what it is or who it is, but I truly believe we can go all the way. Absolutely. I'm right there with you, bro. Right there with you, bro. Bro, let's talk. Yes, the Bulls can absolutely make the finals. You have to think about it this way. If nothing else, right? We haven't played the Bucks yet. We've beat the Nets. We got to see how we do against them with Kyrie. But even in the Philly game, we were in that game both times down the stretch. The Bulls can beat anyone. Now, will they is the question, but they can beat. They have the skill to beat anyone in this league. So because of that, not saying they should be favored, not saying that we should just say it's going to be an easy walk or anything like that, but the Bulls can get to the finals this year, period. The Bulls can get to the finals this year. All right, let's go. Bam, let's go here. Nocturnal Hustler. Wish we can have kept Gafford and Portis. We couldn't have with the contract. With Portis possibly, but if you look at it, the way that everything went, AK and Eversley probably would have traded him too. But Gafford, the money that he got, somebody else would have probably given him that offer. We could not pay him that. We can't pay him that long term. We can't pay that long term. What did I do? I didn't disrespect my pops. I don't play about disrespecting my pops. Like that's. I know not everyone has the same relationship with everyone, but like my pops is my biggest motivation in life. Like let me. I know I did this a couple streams ago, not just because he's here. My dad and my mom, two of the most hardest working people in their life. They love their kids in a way that I don't see people loving their kids. The reverence I have for my parents is second to none. Like, let's be clear. I know I talk a lot about my dad because my Bulls fandom comes from my father, but I'm also going to shout my mom out on here. My mom and my dad are the two most amazing people on this planet, period. And I don't just say that because like my first short film that I made, I ended it with a thank you to my mom. And people used to ask me like, well, why did your mom help or did she help film or anything? No, that's because that's my mama. But yeah, I have the highest reverence. I wasn't always the best kid either. My dad may tell you guys, I was a terrible kid there for a while, but my parents loved me through it. Through when I was doing dumb stuff, my parents are everything to me. Let's see. First of all, Roderick, thank you for the super chat and not even answering the question, bro. That means a lot to me. Thank you for contributing to this channel, man. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you for supporting the channel on that level. Can Chicago be good without Lonzo? And I mean, yeah, we've won 5 in a row without them. We can be good, but for us to be great, we absolutely need them. Banana Bro Crew, how do you feel about making it? I just answered this, bro. You got to stop that, man. Just sub, great channel. Thank you, DJB Entertainment. Let's go ahead and go. Haize, DeMar DeRozan is MVP right now. If the season ended right now, he has to be. Period. Ricky Fontaine, who's supposed to be on the stream with me, little jab there. I'm flabbergasted at the past 2 nights, and this chat is busting. Absolutely, man. It's crazy. Great channel. How about a little love for Chris Fleming holding it down with Billy out? So in my video today, my pre-recorded video, I talked about how good of a job Chris Fleming is doing. But yes, he's doing a really good job. And like I said before, this is not to say he's better than Billy Donovan or anything like that, but he is quicker to make rotations than Billy Donovan has been this season. And it's noticeable. And he's a really good coach. What a game. Both teams and Danny Abdiyah was excellent on defense, but DeRozan is scary. Listen, there was a period in time where the Bulls just kept attacking Abdiyah. I kept attacking him. It was with Vooch for a while, then it was with DeMar, and yeah, it is what it is. Key Isaac Epps, let's get this channel to 10K by the finals and 20K to 25. If I get to 25K, that would make me the biggest Chicago Bulls channel on YouTube. I don't deserve that. But if we get it, we get it. We get it. But hey, that's crazy, man. I'm happy with where we are, bro. I've never would have thought it, man. And like I said, that's because of you guys. I already answered that. Let's go. All right, we're going to go to BKR Sport. Not going to lie, our bench got slapped tonight, but yet we still won. No Lonzo Caruso. Truly, we are witnessing something special, and these boys play for each other. That is a great point, and that is the theme of this team. And absolutely, it's crazy to see. Roderick with another super chat. Thank you, bro. Great job, bro. Keep it going, man. Listen, I appreciate you so much, bro. Thank you so much for that and continued support of the channel. Ronald Slater. Had to throw the misses off my lap to celebrate Bulls Nation, baby. First of all, keep your missus happy. We don't want the missus to get mad at you, but it is what it is, man. That shit's crazy, bro. That shit is crazy. Keep growing the channel. Yes, absolutely. T-Loading, is this live? Come on, man. You know it's live. You see the live button. Just moved to LA. They trying to take credit for the Bulls. Hey, man, LA rolls for people from their city, man, from their state. Well, California is the state. My dad lives in California too, by the way. Inland Empire, California, tapping in Bulls gang. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see what else we got. Nude Nut, who's my favorite username on this channel. Voot silenced the doubters. Kobe silenced the doubters now. Just need P. Will back, and he will do the same. Love your work, Haize. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for your continued support. And always showing up here, man. He's now I mean drug test Demar, but while you're at it, we gotta be after these last two games. Being a Demar fan these last 5 years, couldn't be happier for him. Deserves the recognition. Listen, all that man's been through and the hate and stuff that got thrown his way once the Raptors won the title, man. Yes, he deserves all of this. No, we should drug test Petty Roosevelt. Petty Roosevelt hasn't made an appearance in quite a while. That was a hell of a shot. Can't lie, bro. That was an amazing shot. Amazing. Subscribe, y'all. We are a community of Bulls fans. Join Bulls Nation. Absolutely. Tilo, hey, hi, man. You can break everything down, man. You just earned it. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Let's go here. How do you feel about making? Oh God, y'all gotta stop with this trade shit. I'm just gonna start ignoring anything that has the word trade. I'm gonna block the damn word trade in this motherfucker. Love your hat. What brand is it? That's a New Era cap, man. I only wear New Era caps. My head's too damn big for anything else. So let's talk about DeMar being MVP. Hey, it's time to have a conversation. It's time to have a conversation about that. That's for damn sure. Rel Ross. Kobe getting his rhythm, man. He's going to be an X factor in the playoffs when Zach and DeMar drawing all that attention. Listen, Kobe is coming on, and not just offensively. He's really turning into a very solid, complete player. Again, he's probably never going to be the lockdown one-on-one defender, and that's fine. But he's now a very attentive defender, right? He's a very active defender. You couldn't say that always about Kobe. Everything. And when his shot is falling, man, listen, you almost can't get a better bench player than that, for sure. George Castillo, just subscribe, but please do your homework like you have, and I'll keep watching. 2020 going to be me a good one. Listen, George, first of all, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for joining the live stream tonight. I absolutely do my research. I have to, man, because I don't want to talk like crazy. Great job, bro. Keep doing your channel. Is popping big time. I appreciate that, my brother. Appreciate that. Arturo, just subscribe. Appreciate that. Let's see what we have. Blah. We'll be at 6,000 in like 2 weeks. Hey man, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's y'all, man. Poindexter Flex, 5 games in 7 days, all 5 wins. These guys must be dead tired now. 733 watching now, by the way. It's dropped some. We've been going for a minute, but yeah, it is what it is. No, Reginald, that's not true. And I'll talk about that tomorrow. I'll break that down on the video tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. Go for 20K subscribers, man. This team is crazy good, and your show is number 1. Thank you, Gio. You know, you've been here for a minute, man. I appreciate you. Best Bulls channel on YouTube. Diego, thank you for that, brother. Thank you for that. Let's see what Smear60 got. Blah for real, man. So glad we're here to experience this channel blow up. You guys have really been here since damn near the beginning, man. I love y'all, bro. Love y'all. Let's see what else we got. Stephen Ray. Love Chicago this year, and honestly, I wasn't expecting for that kind of effort. Listen, after everything came down, I literally said to myself, or my prediction was the Bulls were going to be about the 4 seed. And I'm so glad that I was so wrong with that. Let's see. Trying to catch up. Again, if I miss your comments, I'm sorry. It's just the chat's refreshing because there's so many of y'all in here. All right, let's go to Reef Hunter. Derniff. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. Bulls Nation. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love when people bring this up. It's not about guarding the one. Like, people who don't watch basketball ask questions like this, because great defensive teams, it's not about stopping a player one-on-one. And when you have great players, it's almost never about stopping them. It's about stopping everything else that the team does around them. And the Bulls have the personnel to do that. Come on, man. You got to be a better basketball watcher than that. Be a better basketball watcher than that. At Chicago Bulls Central, the Warriors are spanking a fully healthy Jazz team with no Draymond and Clay. Listen, the Warriors are a dangerous, dangerous team, man. Dangerous, dangerous team. That's for sure. A lot of people are saying trade Kobe. He's a big reason we won 2 games. Listen, the thing is, it's very much a lot of, especially the fans that aren't really fans, right? Like, aren't diehard Chicago fans. And then some that are have that opinion, but they're doing a lot of what the mainstream media does. They picked a narrative to start the season because Kobe was the easy one to think he's the man out. And then they just keep that. No matter what happens, they're just going to say everything reaffirms that. When Kobe was playing bad, this is why we need to trade him. Kobe's playing good. It's like, oh, well, now his trade value is going to be higher. We still need to trade him. At the end of the day, like I've said before on so many streams, the Bulls have fluctuated between 26th to 29th. The bottom half of the league in bench scoring. There has never been a team with bench scoring ranked amongst the other teams that low that has made a significant playoff run. Never. It's never happened in the history of the league. So when people say things like that, they need to understand that then you're really capping what the Bulls can do. You need a spark plug off the bench. Look at what players like Roddy Brubois and stuff like just random players that you wouldn't necessarily think have done in playoff series because they can be spark plugs off the bench. You need that. You need that on the team. You need that on the team. The one person Petty Roosevelt is afraid of is Pops. Listen, I'm not saying afraid, but I respect my Pops. If we kept Portis and Gafford, we wouldn't have the team we have today. That's period. That's what everything happens for a reason. IO equals draft steal. Absolutely. I'm going to go back to this. If we kept Portis and Gafford, we wouldn't have the team we have today. It's very much like the people who still hang on to the bullshit of kept LaMarcus Aldridge. If the Bulls drafted Aldridge instead of Tyrese Thomas, we wouldn't have got Derrick Rose. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. You are increasing in subscribers so much with, hey, man, listen, it's y'all. That's all I can say. It's y'all. Another clutch win question for you. Who on the roster can go? Listen, we talked about this. I just literally just talked about that. Well, you probably left the comment before I said it, but I just talked about that. 5K subs giveaway, custom the white ball sack jersey. I rock that shit. You know what? Here's what we'll do. At 6K, not 5K, I will buy a custom Chicago Bulls jersey that says CBC on the back of it. That's what I'll say. That's what we'll do for 6,000 giveaway. Your channel is the best right now, my brother. Hey, I appreciate you. I told you I called. My messages keep getting refreshed. Oh, hey, man. You're good, bro. You're good, man. You're good. Let's see what else we got. Stay gold, Bane. Chris stacking these dubs like he's trying to take Billy's job. Love that this staff shows different perspectives and brings out the same and other things in the same. And it came out. I talked about it today that Billy Donovan has been on Zoom meetings with the coaches, been on Zoom calls with players. So he's still Billy Donovan is still very much talking to this team and probably still having a say in the game plan. But it's up to Chris Fleming to execute. He's executing that very well. Got refreshed again. So if I missed you guys' comments, I apologize. K4DE, Demar silencing those experts. End of the year with a bang and started the year also with a bang. Wow. Listen, at this point, the experts need to shut up. Anything to go. And again, let's keep in mind that it makes some sense what they said. Like, I want to be fair in this. Some of the critiques that they were throwing, it made some sense. Now, the things of like, oh, they'll be lucky to make a play-in and things like that, that doesn't. But the thing is, like, questioning how they were going to fit is an honest question to ask, right? Especially with DeMar not offering that much spacing usually. But This team is showing it. They're showing it. They're showing why you can still bet on a player. They're showing why a player gets better in their 30s. And Demar is channeling so much here. Demar came and took over the Chicago Bulls. He's the alpha, number one opinion and leader option, I guess is what you meant, and leader for sure now after these two historic, I almost said horrific, historic games. Listen, Demar is the king of the fourth. And they understand that. And I bet you LaVine, as much as people want to talk about LaVine, I bet you LaVine appreciates that, because there were so many times down the stretch where LaVine just couldn't do it. LaVine knows what it's like now to try to put a whole team on his back and win a game. And if you have an off game, that means you lost. LaVine is now seeing, hey, even when I'm off, this team, we have enough. We have enough. He's nuts. Let's go. I just seen the highlights, 2 times. Absolutely. Absolutely. Another super chat. First, thank you, Cameron Shirazi, for your super chat. I appreciate that. Sorry for the multiple chat posts from the Banana Broke crew account. Wanted to get in on the good vibes. Subbed, earn, brother. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Randy in. Demar is always going to be known as a Raptor. Always. The only thing that changes that. The only thing that changes, and even then, he's still always going to be known as a Raptor. But if Demar wins the title here in Chicago, the city of Chicago is always going to rep Demar Derozan as well. Always going to rep Demar Derozan as well. If he is on a team that brings this team a championship, always going to do it. Always going to do it. Like what we do in Chicago, we know that. We know that. So close to 1K in the chat. Love to see it. Happy to see it for you, for us, bro, for the channel, for us. It's not for me. People aren't showing up for me. They're showing up for this conversation. Melvin Smith, we don't need to trade for anyone. We still haven't clicked all the way, yet our potential is through the roof once we get at full strength. That is a great point, because keep in mind, this team as a whole has played less than 30 games together. I know we've played over 30 games, but considering how we've had everyone out at different times, and then we still have yet to see a game in which Lonzo, Vooch, DeMar, and Zach all get going. This team still has a lot of room to grow. Still, and that's why I'm betting on my team, man. DeMar value in stock has went up a lot. He'll be having all the teams after him. He'll get a Listen, I mean, well, we have him for 3 years. Now, again, at the end of those 3 years, DeMar will be what, 36? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah. Made my bet in Vegas before the season started. Bulls in 6. Oh, damn. All right. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Bro, I'm not even a main Bulls fan, and I straight up yelled at both buzzer beaters watching them. Hey, man, it's hard. Like, this is and that's things that get NBA fans excited, right? Not just Bulls fans, not just fans of one team. Like, if you're a true NBA fan, you get excited for things, just seeing things like this. It's just like the time where Dame hit that 3 to put to knock out the Rockets. I went crazy over that because that was a basketball moment. I'm not the hugest Dame Lillard fan. I respect him. If he was on my team, I love him. But that was just a moment, man. It was just a moment. So, yeah, you go crazy for stuff like that. Smear 60, you are almost at 3.5. What? That can't be true, man. I started this off at like 3.2. That can't be true. I think a lot of Toronto fans will be jumping on Chicago Bulls train for DeMar, especially, listen, Toronto fans are fucking crazy, but I think so too. I think a lot of Toronto fans are going to be happy for DeMar. Agree. Anyone that thinks we should trade any of these players don't understand chemistry. They're on another planet right now. Why messing? Keep in mind too, a lot of contenders, right, don't make midseason trades. The Warriors very rarely make midseason trades. They make trades in the offseason, moves in the offseason, but rarely make trades midseason. I've always said that I think this front office is more than likely to go to the buyout market than the trade market. But at the end of the day, if we're trusting AK and Eversley, we got to trust the moves that they make. Got to trust the moves that they make. Key Isaac Epps, I'm changing my picture to the DeMar buzzer beater. Hey, man, I can't even blame you. I can't even blame you. Your channel is growing by leaps and bounds. Thank you, Julia. I mean, that's, hey, again, that's because of you guys, man. I appreciate you guys. Brandon, I haven't seen you. We've been so busy. DeRozan got the game winner, but the Bulls don't win this game without LaVine. He kept the Bulls within striking distance in the first. Yes, but keep in mind, the Bulls don't win it either without Kobe's constant contribution and Vooch showing up in the second half. This was truly, those 4 players as a whole in different parts of the game are what won us this game. Absolutely. Are what won us this game. Seb, how do you feel about ISO? Look, okay, and I talked about this in the halftime hangout. ISO ball sometimes is a product of nobody else having anything going. In the first half of this game, we only had 4 players on the board. You needed ISO ball and ISO ball in a game like this. You needed it. And yes, this is not something you want to always rely on, but sometimes you do need players who can go in isolation and get you buckets. And we're seeing why that's important. Jacob, so we talked about this before. Actually, somebody said it. This has never been done before, where a player has hit buzzer beaters in back-to-back games and back-to-back days. Never been done. Never been done. Do you think Kobe is more valuable starting and getting his 24 points or coming off the bench and getting? I think he's more, and I think not. And that's the thing. This version of Kobe, I think, can get 10 to 15 points off the bench, and that is extremely valuable. We don't need another 24 points in the starting lineup. Keep in mind, when Vooch, DeMar, and Zach are going, we have 3 20-point scorers in the starting lineup. We need that scoring off the bench when everyone's healthy. We need that. We need that. I haven't seen Shay in the chat today. Anybody seen Shay? Trade Chris Fleming for a first rounder, too talented to stay as an assistant forever. Hey man. New subscriber here. Well, thank you for joining us, man. Hopefully you like the channel and the content, man. I definitely appreciate that. Subscribe. This channel has been a fun find. Definitely great content. Thank you, Quentin Johnson. I appreciate you there, bro. Let's go back to Marlon. I love your channel, man, and your job. Love from Brazil. First of all, I love my overseas viewers, man. Thank you for joining us. And I don't know what time it is there, but thank you. How many times did Kobe hit the floor tonight? This team has experts in nearly every aspect of the game, and they're all been off on each other. Jones and Green nailing threes, everyone playing D, ET. Listen, it's when you're on a winning team, things are contagious. Things are contagious, and that's what we're seeing. 2 Jordans can't work, bro. One is Jordan, which is DeMar. Oh, that's that. Y'all having a personal conversation. I'll stay out of that. Let's see. DeMar is Qui-Gon, and Levine is Obi-Wan, the calm, experienced master with the talented young Padawan. I like that. Smear 60. I'm not sure if you talked about this, but we need to appreciate Levine. Someone here said Levine is Pippen. Tonight, Levine had 35 and DeMar had 28. DeMar is our closer, but Levine has, and it doesn't matter. At this point, it doesn't, like, people are so busy, like, that's a fan thing that they try to do pecking order. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Let's stop trying to categorize these players. There's Zach LaVine and there's Demar Derozan. They're the #1 scoring duo in the league, period. That's all we need to know. I got so much hate for saying Bulls guaranteed playoffs on my preseason predictions video. Everyone said I was incredibly biased and that I don't have them just making play-ins. Hey, bro, I got some of the same things, especially as like a new YouTuber at the time making those predictions. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You gained a new sub, born and bred in the Chi. Well, Hoodstar92, thank you, man. I don't know if my dad's still in the chat, but my dad's born and raised in Chicago as well. So, yeah, that's where my ties to the city of Chicago comes from. I got a free site, so I'm behind, but exactly. Yeah, I'm lost on that one. The way this team plays for each other is amazing, especially with players in and out of every night, the battle till the end. Absolutely, bro. The next man up mentality, the fact that we always have somebody unexpected step up in games, the fact that everyone in so many different ways as well contributes in defense when we're playing great defense. Yes, it's great. It's great. I said I'll call in. My message is called in the refresh. You want me to hit? It's not the Bluetooth. I sent you the link to join, but at this point, bro, we'll do. I'll talk to you. We'll do something for Monday's game. We'll do something for Monday's game, bro. I'm so busy trying to catch up on the chat, bro. Like, I'm overwhelmed as shit. Do you think Alfonso McKinney will get real minutes since we need size? I think he'll definitely get an opportunity to show if he can be a consistent contributor in the way that he showed in a couple of games. But keep in mind, I think people now have overrated Alfonso McKinney's scoring ability because he only really had one game when we went off against the Rockets, I think. But other than that, he shot terribly in the other 2 games he played for us in that game, and his PER was barely 9. So I understand why the Bulls signed him, because a player like that, another veteran that you can trust, you can play him, whereas you couldn't play Alize Johnson. So that makes sense. But we'll see how much time he actually gets. Without Kobe, wouldn't have a good backup point guard after. No, we got Caruso. Don't sleep on Caruso. Why do fans put Kobe and Io against each other like they can't coexist within their own roles on the bench? Because people have short attention spans. And again, I try to always give some understanding. The Bulls are guard heavy, so I understand that. But at the same time, Billy Donovan does not hesitate to play many guards out there. And Io is showing the ability to guard multiple positions as well. They'll be fine. Let's see. What's the deal with Stacey King out all the time? So Stacey King, the part of the reason he was out for so long is, keep in mind, he's not a player. He's not in the peak health condition, and he's older. He had a lot of cardiovascular symptoms and effects from having COVID, and then coming back and talking for a whole game like that, it probably stirred that up. I haven't read anything, but he did have some serious and severe cardiovascular things from having COVID. So that's probably why. Would you be okay with having Ennis Cancer as your backups? Listen, I'm not getting into that. Great show. I agree with you not making any trades. I think Kobe is turning into a big piece off the bench and not just scoring. It will be hard to replace the scoring punch off the bench, for sure. Let's see what else we got. CBC, Chicago Bulls Central. That's what CBC stands for. Richard Castro, hi, first time on your channel. Greetings to the entire Bulls Nation. What D-Row does in the last fourth is incredible. Happy for this team and seasonal subscribe to your channel from a Bulls fan of Chile. Thank you so much for subscribing to us. Thank you for being a part of our growing community here, man. It's crazy. Bro, I slept on you having a podcast on Spotify. Yes. So again, and I've told the story a little bit. This project of Chicago Bulls Central started as a podcast. I had no plans to go to YouTube, none. And so it started as a podcast I did initially. I don't know if it was in a conversation with my dad that it came up as far as taking it to YouTube, but I think about 4 episodes into the podcast, so about a month, because I was releasing weekly at that point, is when I decided to start the YouTube channel for it. But yeah, so if you ever want to listen to me on the go and not have to come to YouTube, not the live streams I don't post to the podcast feed, but any of my pre-recorded videos all go as podcasts to that feed. So definitely. Not going into that. The White Balls Act, no, you stupid. Your name of channel kind of seems like you just, no, I've explained this very much before. So kind of what I was just talking about before. I started this as a podcast and I searched other podcast names because I'm a podcaster. I have other podcasts. I've been podcasting for 4 years. So I just searched podcasts. I searched Apple. I searched Spotify. I didn't see the name. So I use that as my name, and I'm not a YouTube watcher usually. And so after being on YouTube for about a month, that's when people started pointing out. But at that point, the podcast had been around, merch had been made, the logo had been created. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Had to drop a sub. Keep up the good work. Repping Bulls Nation in San Diego. It's so crazy how spread out this Bulls fandom is. Man, if P. Will didn't go down this year, we would be, listen, and P. Will's coming around. I'm telling you, and the luxury of having a defender like Javonte Green coming off the bench would be crazy. Crazy. Don't worry about it, bro. It's lit in here, man. It's crazy in here, bro. It is crazy. Let's see. We need to see what those experts think about the Bulls' success after chatting shit about the Bulls not making the play-in to start the year. I already killed Tim Bontemps on a video. I killed him. So I'll be getting to everyone else. The culture is changing right before our eyes. Go Bulls. Listen, the culture has changed now. It changed now, for sure. It's done. Our guys close like they're the best in the East, but I would love to see them play the whole game that way. The Wizards and the Pacers shouldn't be hanging with us at the end. Well, keep in mind, we're playing, put people out of position. We're down people. But I will say this. I've said this has been one of my biggest critiques on the team as well. I want to see them have a big lead and keep it. They didn't have one in this game, not a big lead, but very often the Bulls drop leads, and they don't always let the other team take over the lead, but like they'll have like a 16, 18-point lead, and then they'll get down to like 4, and then they'll battle back. But I want to see them defiantly keep a big lead in the game throughout the whole game. I want to see that go through. Oh, here goes Shay. I was just asking Shay. I don't know if you saw this already, but DeMar DeRozan is that veteran that gives Levine a taste of that killer instinct and will help. Yes, for sure. He's learning from DeMar DeRozan. Absolutely. Hi, this is my first time on your stream. The Bulls always play hard, even when hard time. Yes, the Bulls always play hard. And that's the thing that's going to make this team a special team, especially in the playoffs, is that they always play super hard and they keep their heads up. And this is just a resilient team, man. And it's great to see. It's great to be a fan of a team that's this damn resilient. That's for damn sure. I'll be honest, I don't care about being champs. I'm having fun. It's like 2001 and 12. This matters. Hey, having fun matters as well, but let's make sure we need to have an end goal. We need to have an end goal. Channel was at 3.25 before the live. Now it's at 3.2. Can't wait. Oh, wow. Wow. That's wow. DeRozan made the game winner, but the Bulls know they don't win with LaVine scoring. He kept the Bulls. Well, I kind of talked about this. It was a team effort. It wasn't just Zach LaVine and DeMar. Kobe and Vooch absolutely played their roles as well. Bulls are a prime example of understanding and utilizing what players brings to a team. There's a reason DeMar and Lonzo been popping off. I can't wait to see. I hope Lonzo keeps up that aggression. I can't wait to see him back, man. Wow, I see the Nets loss. Go Bulls. Yep. Number one in the East definitively now. Let's see. How good are we if Patrick Williams comes back? It depends. It depends on how quick he can come back, how quick he can get back. Like, keep in mind, we don't need any any offense from Patrick Williams. If he can come back and give us that brand of defense and confidence in defense he was giving us in his rookie season, we're a dangerous team. Dangerous team. Let's see what else we got. I'm staying ahead of it a little bit now. Blah. I think what some people miss is that even if they don't win the title this year, we are set up to be for the next year and the next few years. Not everything is about this. That is true. And for the first time, we definitely are going to be a free agent destination. I think with the front office, the way that players love this front office, seeing Lonzo, seeing DeMar, you got to think about it this way. If you're a player chasing a ring, and you want to go to a team where you know you're going to have a defined role, the Bulls you have to be up there with just about any other team, right? Any other team. I think we only have the mid-level in the next offseason. We also have the trade exception that we have to use, I think, by July. The Bulls can definitely be players in the offseason, that's for sure. Let's see what else we got. I'm going to go to Jonathan Washington Jr., who's been here from almost the beginning. It feels good to see your people succeed. Proud of all the attention you're gaining, Haize. You've earned it. We've earned it. Again, I very much so. I don't want to make this about me. We built this community brick by brick, comment by comment. We built this community here. I didn't do it by myself, man. Seriously, there's talented people on YouTube who do live streams talking to the damn selves. This was built because of all of us. Hey, man, love your channel. Love from Brazil. Hey, man, shout out to you. These last couple of games really show how much we need Lonzo. Again, Lonzo is a very important piece of this team, and I think people do forget that because his stats aren't eye-popping or anything, but Lonzo is a very big part of why this defense has been so good. Great show of balance, even as the team was struggling. Different players coming through, keeping the team close, and your MVP candidate closing it out. Great game, big ups, keep bringing great content. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. You haven't been here in a minute, but your channel is growing so fast and you deserve it, my guy. I love your streams and vids. I definitely try to pop in more often. So proud of our boys too. Everybody's stepping up. Thank you, Barris. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, people forget I've only been here 5 months. This channel's only been here 5 months. Vincent Harris, inside the Chicago Bulls, breaking news. That was a hell of a game winner, but I have to tell you about the same NBA trade. You know, it's funny how the content creators that do the clickbait things, even in, like, you would think that, like, game winners are perfect clickbait material, right? They haven't posted anybody because they don't watch the fucking games. They don't watch the games. Let's see. Kobe with Caruso energy and synergy, highest scoring bench in history, hands down. Well, hey, for your mouth in history, and what is the highest scoring bench in history? Well, I would love to see that. I love to see that. Wait, is this real? Like, somebody tell me if this is true. DeMar told Kuzma to hold his beer? No. Never mind. I'm being too literal. Oh, man. Too literal. AB the hero, who's been here the last couple of days. I stumbled across your channel yesterday. Great insight on the Bulls. Any updates on my boy Lonzo Ball and how he fits back in? Well, he fits back in the way he was. He's going to be the starting point guard. He's going to be our defensive anchor. He's going to switch and do all those things. He's going to talk. He's going to hit dagger threes, but he's out of health and safety. The only reason I think he didn't play in this game is because he didn't travel with the team. But Lonzo's cleared health and safety protocol, so he's going to be ready by Monday's game. This is a good question, right? Thoughts on losing Cook. Hopefully he's not out for too long. He gave us energy. I was at the point where I was willing to say that Cook should be our new backup big, our first big off the bench. And it sucks, but hopefully he's not anything serious. I haven't read anything yet, but we'll see. We'll see. I talked about this. I have a post on my community tab. Again, it was part of him being disappointed in his own performance. It was I had a late reaction to Demar's shot. People are overblowing that. There's no drama here on this team. No drama here on this team. Amazing channel. Shut the fuck. What? Damn. Why do you say amazing channel and then tell me to shut the fuck? My job is to talk. No, I'm just fucking with you. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. All love from Australia, bro. Love the channel. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you for everything. That's a good question from Clayton. What do you think is the most important is most important to the Bulls winning? Io and his defensive contribution, or Kobe and his bench scoring? Both. We don't live in a world where you have to choose either. It's both, and it's going to be different depending on the game that we're playing. There are going to be some games where we need the scoring punch more than we need the defense, especially if the team is playing great team defense. But it's good that we have the luxury of having both. Marco Areola? I'm childish, man. I'm sorry. Just subscribe to your channel. Clicked on your video by accident because I thought you were Bull Central. Similar names, but I'll take the Bulls content. Thank you, bro. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate you, man. Karon, just subscribe. Great channel, great content. I'm a diehard Bulls fan from Jersey. Shout out to you from Jersey, bro. Shout out to you from Jersey. AB the hero with the super chat. Thank you so much for contributing to the channel at that level, brother. I appreciate you. Oh, I just read this. I just read this. Yeah, but Lonzo's going to come back and do Lonzo things, man. He's going to do Lonzo things. Ricky Fontaine, all good, bro. Rock out. Hey, man. There goes my pops. I'm here, Chi-Town for life. I'm literally probably like an hour behind. I'm like 20 minutes behind the comments, man. It's crazy. Isaiah Thomas for MVP. Y'all just being here saying anything. Walter, $5 super chat. Thank you so much for that, brother, and that contribution, man. Joey, we got a lot of great role players in the squad. It's what makes us dangerous. Everyone plays their role and not come out of position. Listen, the thing is that the players on this team role was very much it's still being defined in some ways, right? We still are defining what actual players consistent rotation and role is going to be, but everyone has the all hands on deck mentality. And with that being said, we're always going to play better than the sum of our parts when we do things like that. So for sure. Somebody else made this comparison. Kobe White is turning into the next Tyler Hero their first 2 years. I think maybe that was you. I really have to sit down and go. I didn't get a chance. I honestly forgot about it. I got to sit down and go over that because, I'm not saying weirder things have happened. It's just like Zach LaVine and Harden's first couple of years very much overlap statistically early on as well. Dr. Engineer, I'm still in shock. Hey, man. Hey, I feel you, brother. I feel you, man. Let's see. The chemistry on this team is unmatched. Do you think we may need additional size to make a deep playoff run? So I've talked about this before. We have to trust AK and Eversley's vision. And ultimately, while us as fans sit there and we see the size, and there are times, even with Javonte Green's energy and athleticism, there are times absolutely where length is just too much for even him to overcome. But we add a lot of that if Patrick Williams does come back. We need to see what happens. I think that they'll be active on the buyout market. I don't necessarily know if they're going to be active in the trade market. Let's all chip in $10 to build a statue of DeMar DeRozan. I've seen enough. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Oh, this is a good question. Which buzzer beater was better, Indiana or Washington? Of course, we're taking both of them. To me, it was the Indiana one just because I don't know, man. It happened first, probably. If this happened before that one, I'd probably say this one. But it's something about that one, man. It's just something about that one. Let's see. Let's see what else we got. I'm trying to catch up on the chat some, man. I appreciate it. Oh, well, we talked. So, Tevin, I'm not sure if you know. So I do a halftime hangout as well, where I go live for like the 10 or 15 minutes during halftime. And so we talked about it then, but they actually took that buzzer beater back. I don't know if you guys paid attention. They took that back, so they actually didn't count at the end of it. So it is what it is. Oh, this is a good question from JQ Chicago. Can the NBA schedule a postponed game in between our next two games? I don't know. They haven't announced, to my knowledge, anything of like what their methodology or anything is going to be with rescheduling postponed games. I'm not sure. I'm guessing they're going to probably try to look at the schedule and make travel as least as possible. So maybe try to see when they're already playing a team close to that area. But they haven't made any official announcements as far as I know. First time seeing the channel, subbed instantly, love from the Pacific. Thank you, XTO. I appreciate you, man. Hopefully you enjoy the content here. Haize, I would love to see what all the haters in the media say about the Bulls now. Him, Nick, and Tim Bompton. Hey, man, fuck them. My dad's here. Middle finger to both of them. Middle finger to both of them. Ignacio Gutierrez Galavan. Did I say that right? Hey, bro, watching here from Argentina. I follow the Bulls every game with my dad and siblings for years. Hey, man, it's a communal spirit. Like sharing, having those moments of watching any type of sports with your family is some of the best moments ever, man. Best moments ever. It's part of the reason why I do wish me and my dad lived closer, because like I love watching sports with my pops. Imagine Ball, Caruso, Io, DeMar, and Patrick Will playing center as I don't know if I like that small ball matchup. I don't know if I like that. I'd have to see it. Because it definitely, somebody told me Javonte Green would start most games for us at power forward. I would have said the same thing. So we'll see. We'll see. Dominic, have you seen BKR Sport doing the stream of the game? Some Australian guy, and he's actually in these. He's usually here in the comments. Yeah, BKR Sport is amazing. I had said earlier in the stream, you may have not been in there, is that one point during the game, the commentators sucked to me. They just, not over the whole game, but it was just down, and I actually was listening to him while watching the game because I think he's a great commentator for sure. Let's see what else we got. Cognac Boys in the building. That's my family. DeRozan catapults into the MVP discussion. I think he leads, honestly. Hey, man. And I try to separate my fandom of the Chicago Bulls from that to like try to look at it honestly. But you have to think he has to be in the top three at this point, if not top. Peace at Chicago Bulls Central. DeMar does it again. Is this his final form? Rooting hard from Florida. It probably is. Now, and DeMar, and I've talked about this before, DeMar's hitting that perfect place where his physical peak hasn't completely declined, right? He's lost some athleticism, but not much. And the mental part of the game for him is at its peak as well. And that's a dangerous time for a player. And then as well as like DeMar's game isn't based just on athleticism anymore. Like he can do that mid-range thing for years to come. So yeah, for sure. Honestly, can't wait to play the Bucks and Golden State again. I'm trying to wage our championship odds because it's not many, if any, that can beat us in the series. Hey, man, I agree with you. Christopher House in the building. We did it again. Another epic performance. The Bulls are different. They're not playing for the love of money. They're playing for the love of the game. There's a big difference. Absolutely. This is Cameron. Who's been the defensive anchor? It's really been, we've sucked the last few games defensively, but really when you look at like some of this run, Vooch has been playing really good, man. Like defense, like he's played some really good defensive games that have really helped us. But overall, it's a contribution from everyone. Kobe's had some amazing contributions defensively as well, getting the ball, blocking balls from bigs at times and coming in from behind. This team is really a defense by committee in a lot of ways. It feels like a new era is coming, not only for the Bulls, but the NBA, as LeBron is finally retiring, and out of all his contemporaries are aging, a new group is bringing forth life into the NBA. Yeah. I mean, once LeBron retires, I know KD, a lot of people look at KD as the best player in the game right now, but I just don't see KD as like having the personality as the face of the league, right? It's going to be interesting to see who becomes that new face of the league. For sure. Let's see. Do you think we need a more defensive-centered big? Here's what I think. I think that the Bulls do need a big who can hit open shots, block shots, rebound, and plays with a lot of activity. That's what we need. We don't need another star. We don't need somebody who we need to call offense for. That's what the Bulls need for sure. Hey, bro, who are you talking to, Pops? Who are you talking to? Nate Robinson, best one-year Bulls player. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Eric Palmer in the building. I've been watching you after every Bulls game this past month. Really enjoy the content. Definitely subscribe. Thank you, Eric Palmer. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that a lot. Evan. Woo. Bro, I was at work yesterday and today, and this time I was in a group of where a bunch of customers were at, and I was just not doing my work at all. And I watched it, and it happened again. Hey, man, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I used to work overnight at a hospital, and that was like during the Derrick Rose era. So there were some games because I used to have to be at work at like 10. So there was like some late games, especially if there were West Coast games, where I would literally like be watching on my phone or something like that, or like refreshing, looking at ESPN.com. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. 4 a.m, I've got church in 6 hours, and I'm here watching YouTube. Hey, man, I feel for you. I feel for you. We all be tripping when we analyzing the Bulls, analysts, spectators, and fans. The Bulls will be great, and we'll win the finals this year. It's too many players with high IQ and skill. Hey, man, from your mouth to God's ears, bro. From your mouth to God's ears. Rome Gardner's straight the fuck. Oh, bro, this no this. I was, bro. I didn't. It was no. It was. I'm a jokester, bro. I don't know if this is your first time here. I literally talk shit to the people that I interact with here. So no, you're good, bro. It's all love. It's all love. DeMar is the first person to hit back-to-back buzzer beater threes in 2 different years. Oh, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. I see what you did there. Love from Portugal. Do you think we need a better defensive center? I answered that already. I'm not sure if you left that comment multiple times. I kind of already talked about that. Anyone check on no? Let Nick Friedel choke on his double chin, man. Fuck him. Fuck him. Yeah, I'm still here, bro. Just letting the chat flow, and it's been a busy night. Appreciate it for sure, man. Also, thanks, Dominic, for sure. I'll make sure y'all go check him out. Hey, celebrating with some tequila. Julia, I don't know if you know this or not. Tequila is literally my favorite alcohol. So thank you for celebrating with some tequila. I appreciate that. Do you think Zoe will make his way back into the rotation when he comes back? Should be at least Monday against the Magic. Yeah. Will he make his way into the rotation? Yes. Yeah. He'll be back by Monday. He'll be starting again. Let's see what else we got. Ooh, I'm finally caught up, man. Hey, bro. Love you. Oh, my sister. What's up, sis? Hey, Shy. What's going on? I love you too, sis. I'm so glad I saw your comment. Thank you for watching me. So listen, y'all don't know. My little sisters are twins. They're 10 years younger than me. I love my sisters, man. We don't always talk a lot because of the age difference and everything, but those my sisters were my first kids. So I love my sisters. Do you think DeMar can go for 3 straight game-winning shots? Because man, I hope it better not take that to beat Orlando. It better not take that to beat Orlando. It better not. Wavy, Kobe been on fire. Kobe has been great on both sides of the ball, man. I really do think like starting has helped build his confidence, but I think that first half against Trae Young, when he played terrible and then came back the second half and played solid defensively and scored better, I really think that was like a wake-up call. You see that with scores, right? Scores, sometimes it just takes a score to have a big scoring game, and then they catch the rhythm. And he'll have some bad games again. Like, don't get me wrong, Kobe's going to have off-shooting nights and everything like that throughout the season a couple of times, but I do think we're going to get good Kobe more than bad, much like with Vooch. Vooch really got it going again. And while we do get some games where it's bad Vooch, right? It's more good Vooch consistently now than bad. And I think we're going to hit that place with Kobe White as well. My bad for asking the same question. Sorry, I thought you missed the first one. Still big love from Portugal. Hey, man, this chat's just popping, bro. Chat was top. Just popping. Shy. Who's your favorite all-time Bulls player? Michael Jordan, of course. We're not talking Michael Jordan. Next one is Joakim Noah. Like, I want to say Derrick Rose, but it's Joakim Noah, man. I remember, I don't know if I was talking to my dad, but I was pissed when the Bulls drafted Joakim Noah. I can't remember who I wanted them to draft in that draft. I can't remember who it was. But when they drafted Noah, I was like, oh, man, why the hell did we get this dude? He's not going to be great. He's not going to be good. Then his first season, he didn't play much, and he didn't play great in that first season. But by his second season, I was a Joakim Noah fan. Joakim Noah is my second favorite Bull of all time. And the first Bull that I got to watch his whole career as a Chicago Bull. He's my favorite. He's my favorite for sure. Dominic watching from Japan? Man, listen, that's crazy. My dad, shout out Trish Side again. Oh yes, so my sister, I know I do because we've had like hip hop discussions here. If you're a hip hop fan, and just a music fan in general, she's silly. Go subscribe to TG. That's TEE space G. That's my sister. She does great things. So make sure you guys go follow her as well. Kobe, listen, get out of here with that narrative. We're not even paying attention to that. Chicago Bulls are fighting hard and they earn respect of the NBA community. Bulls fans from the Philippines, see red. Absolutely, absolutely. Demar Derozan locked up player of the month and player of the week. Hopefully they do co-MVPs of the month and DeMar and Levine. They did it for Lowry and DeMar before. Hey, there's a precedent. There's a precedent. Nick Friedel is absolutely. So Nick Friedel is the bitter ex, right? The ex who once they leave somebody and they see the person that they dated, they're like doing better. They get a better job. They treat the next person that they were with better. That's what Nick Friedel is. He's a bitter ex because, you know, when he was covering the Bulls, it was during one of our worst times for sure. Yes, Rose. Noah is my favorite behind Pip and Rose. Yep. Hey, Noah, I think he's a lot of Bulls fans' favorite Bull, especially of a new generation. Absolutely. Shouting out from Toronto. I'm hoping DeRozan find a way to win the championship this year. Hey, man, I hope so too. Absolutely. Ooh, I've never heard this one. Miami Heat versus Bulls in Eastern Conference Finals. Lowry versus DeRozan. That would be interesting. That's for sure. With respect, TG. Yep, go follow my sister. She's amazing. Miami Heat versus Bulls. Yeah. I mean, hey, if that happens, the narratives there would be crazy. Would you go Gafford and Wendell? Yes, absolutely, because it brought us this team. They can both go. Literally, all of our defensive players are out, and I can't wait. Lonzo Caruso and Williams when he's back. Jesus Christ. Hey, that's a dangerous. And then think about it, too. Javonte's out, too. That's another defensive player, and bringing Javonte off the bench. Yes, it's going to be great. I'm a Bulls fan, and DeMar was getting bailed out by the refs in the fourth, and the game winner was so lucky. Hey, part of basketball is luck, period. Part of basketball is luck. Super chat. Hey, thank you first, Baldini, for the super chat. I appreciate you, bro. I love our team play, but we're weak at the 4 position. If we go up against the Bucks, we're going to be in trouble. Great team. Again, people forget it's not about guarding players one-on-one. We'll see. We play the Bucks very shortly. We will see. Jimmy versus DeRozan versus Lowry. Hey, man, that's going to be with Levine, with Lonzo. That will be a fun series, and we're probably. So keep in mind, we're going to have to beat 2 out of these teams. We're either going to have to beat the Nets and the Bucks, the Nets and the Heat, the Bucks and the Heat and the Nets. It's going to be we're going to have to go through at least 2 of those teams for sure. This is a good question. Should the Bulls re-sign Derrick Jones? It depends on what he's going to be asking for, and how he finishes out the season. I wouldn't be mad at it. Keep in mind, they have his bird right, so it makes sense, especially with Zach LaVine's contract. If they do re-sign him, I don't think it's going to be a long-term deal. Look out for like a 1-and-1, one guaranteed year with a player or team. Probably more so be a player option in the second year, but look out for something like that. This is a good question. In what area do the Bulls need to improve? They need to improve in holding on to leads, making adjustments a little bit faster, coming out that third quarter, not having those down third quarters. It's a few things that they can improve on, but still very early on in the season. Does P-Will make starting 5 when healthy? No, he's definitely making the starting 5. P-Will doesn't offer what he offers in defense you need in the starting lineup. I really do think that. So, yes, you need him in the starting lineup. My sis, bro, love seeing you do what you love. Thank you, sis. I love you, man. I love you. My family, this is the first live. My family's in here. I don't care if that comes off weird. I love my family. So, yes, my family's in here. Is Thaddeus Young going to be a Bull? Hey, man, I wouldn't be mad at it. Gafford is really good. He is really, really good and thriving in a way that it's amazing to see. Be good to see Green in the slam dunk contest with Zach and Derrick Jones cheering him on. Well, I think Derrick Jones Jr. is going to be in the dunk contest again. I think he needs to be. I think, yes, I would love to see Derrick Jones Jr. because he's the reigning dunk contest champion, right? So, yeah, I think Derrick Jones Jr. needs to be in that. And Javonte Green absolutely could be as well. For sure. Cognac boys. I lost weight running through my house these past 2 days, bro. It's crazy. Demar, aka Cornrow Kobe, has this going crazy. Hey, man. Listen, it's been stressful, but stressful in a good way because we still end up winning, man. It's crazy. Yarrington, a fan of the channel, fan of the Bulls. You have great takes and good vision of what good basketball is. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that, man. I'm a basketball fan. Like my dad would tell you I was too aggressive to ever play basketball myself. Too short too. I'm only 5'10" on a good day. So yeah, but yeah, I love basketball. I really do love basketball. I love the sport of basketball. I really can watch basketball all the time for sure. People forget how effective the wall is against the Bucks in the playoffs. You don't need a ton of bigs, just great defensive. That's what it comes down to. That's what great defensive teams do. That is what it does, and that's what they do is they play great team defense. It's not about stopping players one-on-one in the playoffs especially. It's about everything else. Everything else. Let's see. It's great to see you have a great family, so nothing weird about it. Hey, man, my family's amazing. My family is, I tell y'all what, I wouldn't be what I am today if it wasn't for my parents, my family, my sisters, everything. Appreciate the response. Absolutely. Oh, this is an interesting one. Can Kobe make the skills challenge at the All-Star game? I don't know if Kobe has the pure point guard skills to be. Honestly, this is what I'll say. Derrick Jones Jr. in the dunk contest, Lonzo in the skills competition, Zach LaVine in the three-point, well, maybe Lonzo in the three-point competition, Io in the skills competition, DeRozan and LaVine all-star starters. Doesn't that sound like a great all-star weekend for the Chicago Bulls? Doesn't it sound like that? Have I been to a Chicago Bulls game, which was most, so I've been to a handful of Bulls games. And I was there one time when we played Utah, and I talked about this, and they still had Deron, and that was just a great game to see because Rose dominated his ass. So, yeah, for sure. Looks like we're not. It's been looking like we're not going to get that Trailblazers pick for a minute, man. It's been looking like that for a minute. So yeah, it is what it is. But keep in mind, it doesn't completely go away. That pick has to convey at some point. I don't know what it turns into. I think it does honestly stay a first round pick. But if it goes to next year, it has the same protections, and then I think it like drops like top 20 protected. Somebody correct me. It's one of those weird where the protection changes after like 2 or 3 years. I think something like that. Man, listen, let's not talk about the Bears, but this Bulls team makes up for what the Bears aren't doing for you this season. Man, listen, the Bears are stressful, bro. The Bears are stressful. What's our best offseason acquisition besides DeMar DeRozan? That's a great question. I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, what you got to think Dennis Rodman? You got to go to that, I think. Yeah. Colt. Shit, running back Chicago for All-Star weekend. Yeah, man, we're not going to get that lucky. Kobe in three. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Kobe in the three-point contest. Yeah. And then Lonzo in the skills competition. That works. Book it. Listen, I'm going to answer this just because this comes up a lot. The Bulls are not going to go after another project. Ball is not going to be a Chicago Bull. They already have their project in power forward and Mark. Listen, we got to get off that. And again, the players that have the body makeup of ball have history-long injury issues. Ball is not going to, I'm telling you, he's probably going to be good, but it's going to be in very short stretches, right? He's going to have injury issues his whole career. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. The Bulls, like I said, they're not going to go after another project. Haize, do you think it's too late to put Kobe in conversation for sixth man of the year? It's never too late. We're less than halfway through the season. If Kobe goes off and stays off, he would have to literally play great from now to the end of the season. But it can happen. I don't think it will, but I mean, that's probably what it would take. I honestly believe we can win a championship with a piece like Bagley or Turner. Oh man, let's get off the trade talk. You don't need good takes to have a good channel. Just need to do more. Just read headlines verbatim, clickbait, and not have It's not a good channel, but they do get their clicks. 72 points in the paint from the Wizards, and we still win, man. Listen, they killed us in the paint. Absolutely. Eric Palmer. Oh, wait, I skipped Eric. Sorry, Eric. Going to the Bulls versus Heat game on April 2nd. Super stoked to see them get revenge on the Heat. Hey, man. If we lose that game, I'm holding it against you, Eric, because you just said you're gonna be there. People propose a new trade every other day. Listen, man, that's all they got, because they're not really fans of basketball, so all they can have is trade talk. It's like that 2K mindset. I'm waiting for Kobe for ball trade comments. Oh man, listen, if anybody says trade Kobe for ball, I'm blocking you. I'm blocking you. Going in timeout. LaVine is a young Kobe wearing number 8 who can jump, dominate the game, and DeMar's like Kobe wearing 24 who can win the game at any time. Am I right? That's an interesting take. BKR Sport. Our team is first in the East. Stop talking about trades. Hey, man, that's great. Hey, I love BKR Sport. The NBA may as well just have an all-star game in Chicago again if we're going to have that many players and skills to people. It's happened before. There's been a precedent for it before. So, yeah, we'll see. Why didn't LaVine's half court 3 count? I don't know if you could. Because it was the ref's fault. They didn't start the clock or something like that, so they took that 3 away. How about we just trust Acme with doing their jobs and stop asking for trades and buyouts where required? Absolutely. And it's so crazy to me that people so often will say how great it is to have a competent front office and then go on to try to think for that front office. Just trust them. They're going to do the right thing. Trust them. That's all we got to do. Not sure if you got to this, but the Bulls only had 6 bench points. No, we had more than 6 bench points tonight. We had considerably more than that, honestly. We had no bench points. So in the first half, only 4 players scored, and that was Kobe, Vooch, DeMar, and LaVine, the only ones to score. But we had more than no, you're right. Shit. I was counting Jones Jr.'s points as bench points. You're absolutely right. We had 6 points off the bench tonight. And keep in mind, other than DeMar, Vooch, Kobe, and LaVine scoring, other than those 4 players scoring, all other 9 players combined, all other 5 players who played in this game combined only scored 15 points. That's crazy, man. The fact that we won that game is that crazy. That's crazy. Man, it's so good seeing my squad do well, considering I live in Arizona. Bulls versus Suns finals. Hey, man, I like our chances in that. LaVine's 3 took about 5 seconds for him to take on the 2.6 second clock. Refs fault, no biggie, but it took him a while. Yep, absolutely. There it goes. I knew it was something weird. Portland pick is lottery protected into 2028. Then it drops to a 2nd round pick. Okay. But and the thing is that if they're keeping Dame, right? Keep in mind, if they're keeping Dame, even if so, it doesn't convey this year in the 2022 draft, 2023 draft. If they keep Dame, they do have a high lottery pick. That team can very easily be in the playoffs next season, and then we get that pick next season, and it'll be a lower pick or whatever. But it's still good to have what this front office did with a 2nd round pick in IO. I trust them with just about any pick. Well, 2-star there. I think that's what I was thinking. So you're right. What's your opinion? So Matt Thomas, again, and this is why Matt Thomas is the end of a bench player. And that's what he's supposed to do. As a veteran at the end of the bench, when you do get into the game, you come into the game to be trusted to keep up the scheme, play solid defense, play solid offense. He didn't hit the shots tonight, but he's the end of the bench player. He's not going to be getting any minutes once everybody's back healthy. Only trade we need is within our team getting guys back healthy and other. Listen, bringing Patrick Williams back is a great midseason trade, right? Midseason acquisitions. I just answered that one. Bench depth, not really. It's just that we haven't been able to play our bench players off the bench. Keep in mind, Derrick Jones Jr., bench player. Kobe White playing like this, bench player. Io, bench player. Alex Caruso, we haven't had him off the bench as well. Tyler Cook's been giving us some solid men. No, the Bulls bench is fine. It's just we need our players to play the roles that they actually need to be playing. That's for sure. Any updates on Bill? I honestly don't think I I think he did exit health and safety as well with Lonzo. I think. So he'll be back by Monday, I believe. Truthfully, it'll be okay if we get Portland pick next year because we have our own pick this year, but not next. See, it all works out. It all works out. AK and Eversley, they know what they're doing. Can we gate that Haize Johnson went to the Wizards and thought it was hilarious when he was coming onto the court tonight? Listen, when I first saw Haize Johnson, I was like, wow. I was like, is that Haize? And then when he was on the court, when they had 6 people on the court, I was like, that's where Haize isn't there. Isn't here. I mean, just subscribe. First time seeing your stream. Thank you for great content. Thank you for being a part of the channel now. SP, thank you for seeing enough in the channel that you thought it was worth your subscription, man. That means a lot. Let's see. In 3 minutes, I like Tyler Cook, but hope he's okay with that bad. Yeah, I really hope he's okay. Tyler Cook, I really do see a lot of potential in Tyler Cook, man. That's why Kobe need to come off the bench. 6 points won't get it done. It won't at all. But keep in mind, Caruso too. Derrick Jones Jr. will be on the bench. So yeah. Did anybody catch Haize forget? Yep. But you got to keep in mind too, like he was with this team through the offseason. He went through offseason. He went through a training camp. He went through all of that with the team. He's been off the team less than 2 weeks, so he's still definitely probably engaged in these players for sure. DeRozan throws up gang signs so often, man, and I really hope he doesn't eventually get fined for it. The NBA really must have no idea because DeRozan throws up Compton Crip signs all the time, man. The shit is crazy. Every time I see Matt Thomas on the court, I question everything. Hey, he's giving us some solid minutes, man. Any updates on Cook? I've been on the stream. I don't know. I haven't seen it. So as far as we know, it's a sprained ankle. Now, sprained ankles don't sound bad, but a sprained ankle could keep a player out for a couple of weeks, depending on the severity of the sprain. So, well, I'm sure we're gonna update tomorrow. So when I drop my video tomorrow, I'm sure I'll be able to talk about it at that point. I don't know if you've noticed this, but as good as Thomas is shooting, he is abysmal at playing defense. He's always out of position, trying to double team when it's not warranted. Yeah, I mean, well, let me not say I wouldn't say that he's always out of position because he's had some really good defensive rotations. But again, he's the end of the bench player that's only playing because we're missing so many people. Big crip. Absolutely. DeMar DeRozan is a big crip. We appreciate you, bro. Keep up the good work in 2020. Let's link in. Hey, man, you already know, bro. We family at this point. You just got to let me know when you want to be on or you want me to be on your channel. I'm there. Like, that's not even a question. Not even a question. We have not played Miami or Philly or anyone full strength, so we'll be okay. Don't need to trade. And keep in mind, when we did play them, Vooch wasn't playing like he's playing now. So I'm not worried about it. I'm really not worried about it. Listen, when we win a ship, DeMar got it. Listen, I would not be surprised at all. Not be surprised at all. Did they? I didn't even see it. DeMar DeRozan and Jordan Bell did the crib handshake last night. I did not see that at all. Resno's short. Again, trade talk. What do you think the Bulls will get for Bradley? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. How you like DeRozan now? All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I want to announce. I try to do a better job late than warning you guys beforehand. So we just hit 1 hour and 48 minutes. I'm gonna go 12 more minutes to the 2 hour mark. So we got 12 more minutes. I gotta rest my voice. I'm gonna back to back because I did a 2.5 hour live stream last night. So 12 more minutes. I gotta call it. My voice is about to go out on me. I feel it. But I've been building up my immunity. People will tell you when I first started live streaming, literally about 40 minutes into it, my voice started going out. So we're getting there. We're getting there. He got Zach wearing that Crip Blues too. That's so funny. Oh man. The Bulls are a championship team this year for sure. DeRozan is playing like the MVP for sure. You think Wendell Carter will be cursing when the Bulls play match? Listen, Wendell just like he tried to kill the Bulls last time. But again, people who like just watch the Bulls game, Wendell Carter's not having a great. He's having very much the same season he had when he was with us. We traded him for a reason. It is what it is. Yeah, I saw that too, and it looks like when the Moles throw down forks for sure, for sure. BKR Sports, heading off, man. Got to stream the cricket in a bit. Have a good one. Thank you, bro, for joining us, man, especially in between your streams. Appreciate you, man. Y'all make sure you check out this man's channel, especially if, like me, you're ever down on the commentary team. Turn the TV volume down. Listen to him. He's a great play-by-play commentator. Great for sure. We don't have Crips in Chicago. You don't have Crips in Chicago? What team in the East worries you the most? I've said this before. The Bucks, mainly because we haven't played them yet, so they definitely scare me. But other than that, like Philly, again, but when we play Philly, Vooch was playing probably the worst he was in the season, so we'll see what now Vooch having his rhythm back plays against them. But definitely Philly, because Embiid owns our asses. But yeah, those are probably the most two, close to. My white ass is oblivious to Crip signs. So when he does this thing, that's a Crip sign. If DeMar can't hit back-to-back game winners, you can do back-to-back lives. Hey, listen, I'm here, man. I'm making it through. But my voice, I'm telling you, I don't know if you guys, if you go back to rewind the beginning of the stream, you can probably hear the difference in it. It's about to go out on me. Have anybody heard about how? No, I don't think we've had any updates on that. We got one wheelchair on the Bulls. What is that? What that means? So on this thing that I use to stream, emojis don't come through in the same way that you send them, so I don't always know what it is. Tim Bontemps tweeted, "Nice couple of days from DeMar. That was awesome. What a fucking man. I hate that dude. I really do hate him." DeMar from Compton, not Chicago. Let's go Bulls. Absolutely, Maurice Hooker. Ricky, I'm surprised you don't know BKR. Rookie, definitely check him out, Ricky. LaVine proved today he was better than Bill, Brown, Booker, etc. I wouldn't say all that. LaVine, again, especially if you're talking about the totality of the game, still having those turnovers that he shouldn't do, rushing it, pressing sometimes. But I do believe LaVine is better than them. I'm just saying I don't think this game necessarily proves that. Big props for long ass stream. Good content, bro. Thank you, Cameron. I appreciate that. We do DeMar. I guess it's to the Crip thing. Wendell is trash. I've seen him play with Duke. He's the reason they lost March Madness. Oh, man. DeRozan knocked Giannis. Well, that was a completely different Giannis. Let's be clear. That was a completely different Giannis. Giannis is so much more of a complete player now. Just like it's a different DeMar, too. LaVine proved today. We talked about that already. I like your videos. I will have you a like on your channel. Thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate you. Oh, yeah, he can't guard Joe. It's not about one-on-one. The Bulls need to come up with a better scheme for Joel for sure. But I'm just saying Vooch's output offensively, specifically, his efficiency in offense, I would like to see. But yeah, he can't guard Joel one-on-one. It's not about that. I noticed Vooch passed up a lot of mismatch opportunities. I don't know where the energy was that he gave Sabonis tonight. You mean last night? Oh, well, I get what you're saying. Never mind. I read it too quick. A fully healthy Heat squad scares me the most, more than the Bucks. Not me. And maybe that's just my irrational thing. I love your hoodie. I have the same one. This is my favorite hoodie in general, not just my favorite Bulls hoodie. I love this hoodie, man. I love it. I washed it a few times and I always worry that it's going to start like peeling or something, but it's really good quality. It hasn't come off yet. Just gargle some lotion. No, that's what Kevin Durant needs to do. That ashy motherfucker. Embiid is a big flopper and relies on antics even though he can ball. That's why he won't go far. Fuck the six. Damn. Okay. But it depends. Whatever they do with Simmons, it can really change the outlook of the Sixers, right? Depending on what they do. Why aren't there any Bulls fans? Because they're dumb and idiots. That's all it is. They're probably fans for real, but they got to pick their narratives, serve their masters. The Bulls better not take the Magic lightly. They may have a horrible record, but they're not. They're not, especially with Wendell on that team. He's going to try to kill us. I thought DeMar was ball hogging early in this game. I wouldn't early because LaVine really had the ball a lot early in this game, but it is what it is. How many tequila shots you celebrate with last night? I didn't last night. We suck in the paint. No, we don't. What are you talking about? In this game, maybe, but not generally. Good night, Edwin, man. Thank you for joining the stream. I know it's been a long stream. Would you start P. Will if he came back this season? I would let him build up to starting with the idea of him starting, but very much kind of like how you brought Kobe back, even though Kobe got thrown in the starting lineup initially because of players being out. But I think you bring Patrick Williams off the bench about 10 to 12 minutes for about 3 or 4 games just to see how he responds to stuff. You ramp him up, but I do think you try to get him back starting by the playoffs if he comes back early enough. All right, here we go. Real question. Do you think all these positive things from DeMar can anyway force LaVine out, as in he doesn't want to play? No, keep in mind, Zach LaVine wanted DeMar here. Zach LaVine saw what it was to be the main player on the team and to not have pieces around you. Zach LaVine wants the pieces. No, I don't think there's any question that this forces LaVine out or makes LaVine thinks he wants to leave. I'm not worried about that at all. Other than you, which Bulls YouTube channel do you respect the most? Mine, Bull Central, absolutely. They have now taken over being the top Bulls channel as far as subscribers. They absolutely deserve it. I've talked about Locked on Bulls. I love Windy City Breeze. I love, even though they're not just Bulls focused. Juju Knows Hoops, Cognac Boys, Chicago Sports with the Cognac Boys as well. Yeah, those are probably my top 4 there. I feel like I'm missing somebody. I'm going to kick myself when I remember it. Cassie and Sarah Spain are Bulls fans on you. There you go. You got it all planned out. Bulls will beat the Cavs in the first round, Heat in the second round, and Nets in the Eastern Conference Finals in 7, leading to their breakup and rebuilding. Oh man. Wow. You just got the downfall of the Nets all planned out there, don't you? Bulls making it to the final. Yes, absolutely. Low-key, I laughed at the Ronnie Bubar comment because it's so random but true. It is. Like, seriously. Him and then JJ, what was the JJ Barea also killed teams in the playoffs. Like, yeah, for sure. Dang, we still live. Yeah, we're live for 4 more minutes, basically. 4 more minutes. At the 2-hour mark, I'm shutting this shit down. Aiden, yes, that's who I'm missing. Thank you, bro. Aiden Sports Show. Yes, that is my, like, Aiden was actually the first person I ever reached out to try to be on the channel as a guest. And not that he turned me down because he doesn't want to be on the channel. I think Aiden is really young. And he also is overseas. And he said he didn't understand, like, how to do a collab. But yeah, Aiden is definitely great. Definitely fucking great. I love him. He should have more subscribers than what he does. I don't know, Haize. He didn't look no, we talked about that. Nope, it wasn't. That's stop. We got to stop gossiping this grown man. If you go and look at other angles of the video, again, LaVine was down on himself. He had a late reaction, as I had a late reaction watching it. But even in the thumbnail for my thing, and I posted to my community tab, he absolutely embraced DeMar. No, there's no issue there at all. Inside the Chicago Bulls should have no subs. Listen, you said it. I'm gonna leave it there. Definitely not top. Listen, that motherfucker, I hate him. Kobe White is being. I wouldn't say that necessarily. Ain't no question, but what's up, brother? What's going on, bro? What's going on? All right. That is basically it for tonight. I'm gonna give a chance for a couple more. We got basically 2 more minutes. All right, let's go. We got something from Crazy. I said on Twitter, people are gonna say that Zach Wrench is more, people are so. It's funny how, like, when women always say that men are the most gossipers, they're talking about sports fans, because absolutely. Again, this isn't the 90s NBA. It doesn't, like, it's all about how you can play. Nope, it's not. And you say the Nets have KD, guess what? DeMar danced all over KD and scored on him down the stretch of both games when we played against them. Y'all got to actually watch basketball. LaVine also said tonight, we have no egos when asked about exactly, period. That's been the narrative all season. And now, because of one thing, people are trying to make and build all these retarded ass, shouldn't say that on YouTube, all these silly ass narratives. All right, we down to like the last minute and 15 seconds. Give me a good one to end it on. Somebody give me a good one to end it on. Give me a good one to end it on. Give me something. What y'all got? Ricky Fontaine, I'm looking to you, brother. Looking to you, Ricky. What you got for me? Levine hasn't resigned yet, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I missed something that I was gonna go to.
What's going on, Bulls fans? The Bulls are reportedly interested in trading for Demar. Yeah. What's up, Bulls fans? Welcome to Inside the Chicago.
That's what he sounds like. It's fucking annoying. It's fucking annoying. Oh man. Let's see what we have. All right, we're down to the last. The next one I pick is gonna be the last one. This Bulls team is unbelievable. I love them. Unbelievable. So you missed a chance to make a great pun. I live for a great pun. You missed a perfect chance to miss for a great pun, man. You missed it. You missed it, bro. You missed it. You missed it. You missed it, man. You missed a chance to make a great pun. Missed it. But that's it, man. That's it for me tonight. I appreciate you guys so much, man, and everything. We will be back Monday for another live stream. We'll have a halftime hangout and a live stream then as well. But other than that, you can catch my pre-records. I'll be dropping videos. I basically drop videos daily at this point. Again, for those who don't know, if you want to subscribe to the podcast, you don't always have to watch it. Now, the live streams are YouTube specific, but all my pre-recorded videos all go on the podcast feed as audio podcast. So make sure you subscribe to that as well if you ever want to catch it while you're out and not have to worry about watching the video. But that's it, man. I love you guys so much, man. Like I like to end every video, every episode, or anything that I do, man. I love you guys. Go Bulls. Peace. Have a safe night. Take a shot of tequila from me.